It's time for today's travel and cruise industry news. With the latest from travel and cruises around the world, here's your host, Chilliefalls.
Hey, good morning and welcome to the Travel and Cruise Industry News podcast on this Halloween day, the October 31st, 2023. Coming to you from the north, off the northwest coast of Cuba, as we are on our way to the Bahamas. We'll be at sea today and get into the private island for MSC tomorrow, Ocean Key Marine Reserve. And today's show, folks, will be the saga of the Big Toe, right after I do the headlines. The headlines today: cruise guests back to Maui. It's our lead story. Carnival Jubilee leaves Meyer Werft. A man overboard is found. Carnival Paradise returns. The Carnival Cruise Line also responds to COVID concerns. Another weather update. And lots more here at 11 o'clock this morning. Today, folks, and I guess it's because it's Halloween, today is National Caramel Apple Day. Now, I have no idea why that has anything to do with Halloween, but it's National Caramel Apple Day. I like caramel apples. I actually like them better if they're cut up and I don't have to fight with the outside of it. But give me some sliced up apples with some caramel on it. That'd be cool. All right, folks. Here's the latest on the Big Toe. Most of you are aware by now what happened yesterday. I had a little accident. Mangled my big toe. I bled. I probably lost a quart of blood. I went, couldn't get it to stop on my own. Went down to medical. They finally got it to stop, treated it, wrapped it up, said to come back this morning to change the dressing. It was a miserable night, very uncomfortable. Especially if the covers touched it, extremely tender. And just all in all, I wouldn't rate it as painful, but very uncomfortable. I did almost nothing yesterday. I wasn't comfortable like sitting with it hanging down. So I basically spent the day, with it propped up in bed. I did go for my solo meeting and I went to dinner and I pretty much went back and did the same thing. I couldn't even get a whole lot of work done. So I went this morning and the nurse unwrapped it and everything and cleaned it up a little bit and said, okay, the doctor's got to take a look at it. I said, okay. So I sat there for a minute and the doctor comes in, it's a different doctor, has me go over what happened, what they did yesterday. And he says, well, we got a problem here. And I said, yeah, what's that? He said, you've got a lot of blood built up underneath the nail. And he says, that's causing pressure. That's why it's hurting so much. We got to try to relieve that pressure. I said, okay, yeah, let's relieve it. I said, how do you do that? He says, well, we got to drill. I said, what? Yeah, he says, we'll drill a little hole in it and that'll give it a place to drain out. And I said, I suppose this is going to hurt like hell, huh? He says, no, not too bad. I said, yeah, right. So he starts working on it and 15, 20 seconds into this thing, which I've only called him 2 or 3 bad names, he says, it's got to come off. I said, I'm sorry to tell you that. He said, but it's just hanging on by a thread. He said, it's never going to stay on anyway. He said, we need to go ahead and get it off there so we don't take a chance on you getting infected or anything underneath there. I said, okay, so take it off. He said, well, we got 2 ways to go. He says, I can either shoot you full of pain and Novocaine or whatever the hell it is. He said, or I can just yank it for a couple of seconds. It's going to hurt like hell, but then it'll be done. I said, just get it off. So he did. I may have used some not so nice language at the top of my lungs, but the nail is no more. It took a few minutes to finally get the bleeding under control and to rewrap it and all that business. And it started feeling a little better. I mean, once that pressure was causing a lot of trouble. So I'm not upset with what they had to do. It was not comfortable, but I actually felt a little better. Now, the other problem is they gave me a happy pills. I take them 3 times a day for the next 3 days. So I did, so I'm about stoned out of my gourd, but my toe's not hurting so bad. So that's the saga of the big toe. Still, I can't get it wet. I can't get a shoe on it yet. So, I'm on the ship. He says, you can do anything you want on the ship as long as you don't get in the pool. I said, I can't get in the pool. I don't have the lift chairs. He said, oh, yeah, that's right. Maybe I'll get out and film a little today. But it's a sea day, so it's going to be crowded and noisy. By the way, and I'm not 100% guaranteed that my signal is going to be worth 2 hoots in hell, because where I have been broadcasting that have a terrific signal, they've got some kind of damn salsa dance class going on out there under, the ceiling that changes all that crap down in that big walkway thing in the Galleria. There's got to be 400 people in there for a loud dance class. So I said, man, I can't set up a show here. So I'm up in the bamboo bar, and I've got headsets on, and it's loud as crap with these people around me up here making all the noise, and the hot tubs. And it's a little toasty in here, too. This isn't the open air part. Of course, it's probably windy, so that would be making noise if I was in the open air pool. But anyway, so I hope the signal's okay. I hope you can hear me okay. I could jump over and check and make sure nobody's saying, yeah, everybody's just talking about audio and video is good. Great. Thank you, Dennis. Okay, so enough with the tow saga. Let's get on with some news. Let's knock the weather out. The weather's not anything, terrific this morning in the Atlantic. You got this one little system down there in the islands that may cause some problems, but hopefully from where I'm going, it's going to all go south of me. It's a trough of low pressure over the eastern Caribbean Sea, continues to produce a large area of showers and thunderstorms. Environmental conditions appear conducive for further development during the next several days while the system moves westward over the central and southwestern Caribbean, and a tropical depression is likely to form by the latter part of the week. However, the system has the potential to cause problems toward the end of the week into Central America. So it's not going to be a great deal of problems where I'm going, unless we just get some of the outside showers from it. 30% chance of development in the next 48 hours, 70% over the next 7 days. Could be some problems over into the Gulf, southern part of the Gulf, and on to Central America over the weekend. Now, a little different story in the Pacific. Of course, Pacific, we got Pilar. The one yellow X out there in the middle, just ignore that. It is nothing. It's going to do nothing, and it's going to go nowhere. Tropical storm Pilar is a little different. However, it could produce flash flooding over portions of Central America during the next couple of days. It's currently about 180 miles south-southwest of San Salvador, about 280 miles west of Managua, Nicaragua. Sustained winds are about 50 miles an hour. It's moving east-northeast at 3, so it's just creeping along. Pressure is down to 1,000. It could be approaching the coast of El Salvador or Nicaragua late today through early tomorrow. The system is expected to remain offshore. The storm is to begin moving west-southwest away from land by Thursday. So that could cause some problems along the west coast of Central America today and tomorrow. Of course, watch out for flooding and all that kind of stuff. All right, I'll be back with the rest of the news after a quick break from one of our network sponsors. The top story today, folks, has to deal with our friends over at Holland America. In August this year, a large part of Maui was devastated by terrible wildfires. Holland America now aims to bring tourism back to Maui, with the addition of guests being able to donate additional funds and participate in fundraisers while sailing to the Hawaiian Islands. The Hawaiian Tourism Authority is encouraging people to visit the ports of Maui unaffected by the wildfires so that tourism can pick up again. Holland America, on its part, is offering guests steeply discounted cruises to boost tourism numbers. In a bid to rekindle tourism in Maui, Holland America has unveiled a new offer for the upcoming cruises to Hawaii. The cruise line is offering savings of up to 25% on all fall 2023 through spring 2024 Hawaii departures. The itineraries range from 16 to 35 days. Sail from San Diego or from San Diego to Vancouver, featuring stops at the Hawaiian ports of Honolulu, Hilo, Kauahui, Kona, and Nauwili. The announcement comes after Hawaiian government Josh Green urged people in August this year to return to Maui following the devastating wildfires. So everybody's now ready to try to get it going. Obviously, we won't be going back to Lahaina for a long time. But the rest of Maui could help the whole island rebuild. Both the Skonningsdam and the volendam feature Hawaiian itineraries. I thought there for a minute I completely lost the picture. German shipbuilder Meyer Werft is preparing to transfer Carnival Cruise Line's Carnival Jubiliee The vessel left Papenburg, Germany yesterday to make its way to Eemshaven, Holland, along the Ems River. The arrival in Eemshaven was scheduled for early this morning. And as of last report, it had not arrived. I have not checked it for a couple hours, but it's on its way. Following technical and nautical trials, the Carnival Jubilee will return to Eemshaven for further preparations. Carnival Jubilee is notable as she represents the first Carnival cruise ship constructed in Germany. Within the Meyer group, it belongs to the XL class with Meyer Turku, Finland, having already delivered the Mardi Gras, followed by Celebration in 2022. All three sister ships are LNG powered. So congratulations to Carnival and to Meyer Werft. The Jubilee will navigate backward. This always fascinates me, folks. The Jubilee navigates backwards along the Ems toward the North Sea, aided by the assistance of two tugboats. This method was proven to be effective due to the vessel's enhanced maneuverability. The transfer of the ship will be conducted by the experienced team of Emden, Germany-based pilots. They utilize state-of-the-art technology to prepare for a realistic simulation of the Ems River passage to Wageningen in Holland. During the passage of the Carnival Jubilee down the Ems barrage will be utilized to keep the duration of the passage as short as possible, minimizing disruption in navigation along the river. And kind of in line with what's going on over there, a number of the crew for the Jubilee are now on their way to join the ship, and they will be getting on it here shortly. All right, about 11:30 Sunday night, a gentleman went overboard from a Royal Caribbean vessel. The man overboard was reported on Symphony of the Seas after she sailed from Barcelona on a 14-day transatlantic cruise. It was along the coast of Spain. The ship turned around to initiate a search. About an hour later, the captain announced an individual was successfully rescued and was in the medical center. No further details are available at this time. The next story is on the Carnival Paradise. Carnival Paradise has resumed cruising from Tampa after a 2-week dry dock in Freeport, built in 1998. Paradise is one of 2 remaining Fantasy class ships. Interesting fact about the Paradise. Did you know that the Carnival Paradise was the first non-smoking ship? And back when they did that, if you were caught smoking, they'd kick you off at the next port. And the last story today, folks, also a Carnival story. Carnival Cruise Line has responded to guests concerned about what is now a seasonal rise in COVID and the possibility of reinstating pre-cruise testing and vaccination protocols. While such measures are encouraged, there are no plans at this time to bring back mandates for pre-cruise or onboard measures. Now, I think it's fairly clear what my feelings are about that. I have gotten 3 boosters after the first 2 shots. So I've gone through 5 now. And even though I got COVID in the middle of it, it was 2 days of hell and I was fine. So that's a whole lot worse than what a lot of people have gone through with it. I'm a big believer in doing the vaccines, doing the boosters. A lot of people claim it doesn't work. I just disagree with that. My personal opinion. All right, let's go see who's in the chat room today. By the way, I didn't even welcome anybody on the podcast today. If you're listening by the podcast, hey, glad you're with us. You can always access the podcast via my blog, excessiveadventure.net, or wherever you get your podcast from. Just search for Travel and Cruise Industry News, and up pops the fat travel guy, the one with the big swollen toe. All right, Dennis is here. Hi, Dennis. Emily says, happy Halloween. Thank you very much. Sorry about your toe. Good afternoon, everybody. What is MSC doing for Halloween? I got all kinds of decorations up. I've seen a bunch of pumpkins out, and I don't get into the whole decorating thing myself. But yeah, they're doing some stuff. And I noticed when I was in the buffet this morning, there's a bunch of pumpkins and stuff in there. I really don't think they're giving out candy, but maybe they will. Kenneth says, Chillie, enjoy your cruise in the warm weather. We're getting our first snow of the year tonight. Yeah, I talked to John this morning, Kenneth, up in Minnesota. They had their 3rd snow last night already. So they've gone from, ridiculously hot to snow. 6 inches or so last night on top of what they already had. Yeah, Emily says, when I heard your toe story, it sounded like you were profusely bleeding. It bled a lot. Thankfully, when it first happened and I noticed that I was bleeding, I had on they're not flip-flops, they're shower shoes that I also wear to go in the pool. I wear them, when I don't want to put tennis shoes on. They're slip-ons. And they're plastic of some type. So I noticed it was bleeding, but at that point it hadn't got on anything. So I rode down to my room real quick. I'm on 15. That's down to 11. I'm close to the elevator. So in a couple minutes time, I was in my room, in the shower, on the chair, because I can roll right in. It's huge handicap accessible room. And I ran water, but by then, my shoe was full of blood. And, I cleaned it out and let water run on my foot for a while. And when I couldn't, I got it slowed down, but not completely stopped. That's when I covered it and headed down to the doctor yesterday, the first time. And then, of course, I went back today. So, and I lost some blood again today, too. Whew. Of course, a lot of it might have been under the nail, but it wasn't a pretty sight. But we'll have to see. Dennis says apparently caramel apples were doled out for Halloween until people decided to insert razor blades. Yeah, that's the sick people that do crap like that. Fiona's getting her hair cut today, Emily says. Good for Fiona. Then she can go out and attract a French bulldog boy, since she's a French poodle. Steve's with us. A damn drill. Yeah. That's what they're going to do. Drill a hole. What if he missed and went into my foot? Yeah, whatever it did, the drill took the nail off. So, or took most of it off. Kenneth says that hurts me just thinking about it. Yeah, it hasn't been pleasant, Kenneth. Joanne says, you use words not in the Bible. I used a bunch of words not in the Bible, Joanne. And then some. I called him he was born here. The doctor I had yesterday was born in the Philippines. But I'm not being negative toward them at all. They have been wonderful. I was taken care of. I didn't have to wait long. I have not disagreed with anything they have told me or wanted to do. And obviously it's better now. Emily says, thanks goodness for insurance. Yeah. The total bill yesterday ended up $220 some, which that, of course, the one thing I didn't know about that, yes, I've got insurance, but they don't file directly with like Allianz. I have to do that when I get home. So I still got to pay the bill to get off the ship. I mean, what if you really had a huge bill? I don't know. I'm sure they have methods for that. And I have no idea what it's going to cost me today. I didn't even want to ask. I'll look at my account when I get back to the room and see how bad they've tackled me. And I still got, I cruising until Sunday. So I might want to have a Elijah Craig along the way or a Diet Coke. I'm paying for all those because I can get the drinks package. I thought the package was way too much money. So Mike's here. Hi, Mike. You'll sleep better tonight, Joanne says. I hope so. Because it was not very good sleeping last night. And one of the hardest things is because, I tend to stay cold all the time, so I cover up. And then anything touching it was just awful. Mike says hi to everybody. M said sound of video is good too. Kahalui. I know that, Dennis. I just fell all over it. Lahaina. Yeah, I knew that one too. I haven't done Hawaii stories for a while, Dennis. I got to practice up on them. Katie's with us. Good morning, Katie. It wasn't an accident, and it's impossible to fall overboard. I'm 6'4" and couldn't accidentally fall overboard either. That's what I thought too. Either they went over on purpose or they were doing something terribly stupid. Because just to accidentally fall off a cruise ship when it's sailing ain't going to happen. You've got to be pushed, do something stupid, or jump. I don't know of any other options. John's here. Hi, John, up in the snow. Smoke the cigarette. Tell St. Peter at the Golden Gate that he'll just have to wait because you're going to have another cigarette. Ugh, gross. Not me. No Elijah while on the happy pills. Yeah, that was one of the things. I probably complained to the doctor more about that than I did about the pain. Yeah, he did warn me. He said, yeah, I don't think you want to mix them. I said, okay. I'll listen at least for a while. I mean, actually, I'd like to get off the pain pills as soon as possible. Emily has some pumpkin cheesecake croissants from Trader Joe's. I like Trader Joe's. We have one in Charlottesville that Amanda likes to go to. I don't shop, so I don't go there. But the job doesn't prevent you from getting it. It only helps prevent people from dying from it. If it was for polio, it'd be considered a failure. Yeah, well, I can't really disagree with that, Dennis. The one thing that, and I try not to say anything political on this program, but early on, and when the Trumpster was pushing to get the vaccines done, and they pushed and pushed and pushed, and they got them out, and then they went politically, it went haywire. If next year I'll do the same thing. I get my flu shot and the booster for COVID, unless something changes between now and then. I'd just rather be safe than sorry. If I get it again, I'd rather it be mild than I end up not dying. So I'm going to do everything I can do to keep from that. Trader Joe's also has pumpkin kringle. What is pumpkin kringle? Emily wants to know. It's a large round Danish in the simplest of terms. Oh, okay. It's been featured on a few on Trader Joe's tastings. Yeah, the political system, politicization is disgraceful. I agree. And that's why I say that I don't like any of them. Either side. Oh, my, what's that? Oh, they're opening the roof. It's a little noisy. So they're opening the roof on this pool as well now. So it was a little squeaky. All right, guys, I'm going to head back down to the cabin. This is Tuesday. Oh yeah, I got to meet with Pete and those guys in an hour on hopefully getting some hosted cruises that I can start promoting. In the meantime, guys, I'll be back tomorrow, hopefully with a not quite such a big fat toe, but we'll wait and see. More to come on the Big Toe Saga. All right, guys. I'll see everybody tomorrow. Please hit that like button. And if you haven't subscribed, please consider doing that as well. And hopefully tomorrow I'll have time to, catch up with everybody that's sailing places. I didn't have time for that at all today. So, all right, guys. I'll see everybody same time, same channel tomorrow. As always, stay safe, stay healthy, think about cruising, and hopefully one day soon we'll all get together on the high seas. Have a fabulous day, everybody. See you tomorrow.